Our next honoree is Barbara Lechleiter McGrath.
Barbara McGrath is one of 9 original founders of St. Joseph's Catholic School in Greenville, South Carolina, where she currently serves as the school's Director of Admissions, a position she has held since 1997. Barbara also served as the school's Communications Director from 1997 through 2015, overseeing all of St. Joseph's advertising, marketing, and public relations. The second of 9 Lechleiter children, Barbara graduated from St. Stephen Martyr Elementary School and Sacred Heart Academy. She then earned a Bachelor of Arts degree from Xavier University in Cincinnati. In what was the 4th attempt to start a regional Catholic high school in the upstate of South Carolina, Barbara and 3 other women began this effort as a grassroots movement in 1990. The group expanded to include 9 lay people, now known as the school's founders. Armed with a single donation of $800 and without the support of their diocese, the school opened its doors in August 1993 to 13 freshmen in a small house that had been leased for $1. There was 1 full-time paid administrator and a handful of professionals who left their day jobs to help with instruction. 25 years later, the school has grown to 680 students in grades 6 through 12 on a 36-acre campus with 86 full-time faculty and staff and a $10 million annual budget. In what many refer to as the most significant event in the school's history, Bishop Robert Baker gave his official recognition and approval to the school on August 15, 2000. This past February, in an article celebrating the school's silver anniversary, the diocesan newspaper referred to St. Joseph's as the mainstay of Catholic education in the upstate of South Carolina. The school has also been recognized as one of the 50 best Catholic high schools in the United States by the Cardinal Newman Society, having been named to the Newman Society's Catholic Education Honor Roll every year since 2004 for its distinguished integration of Catholic identity throughout its programs, as well as excellence in academics. Barbara and her husband Doug are members of the St. Mary's Catholic Church in Greenville. Both of their daughters teach in Catholic schools, Carolyn at St. Ignatius School in Cincinnati and Julie at St. Patrick's School in Louisville. The Catholic Education Foundation salutes Barbara Lechleiter McGrath.
Thank you and good evening. I would imagine that most of us here had the opportunity to attend a Catholic high school, and I never dreamed that my children would not have the same opportunity. And yet, that's exactly what I was facing in the summer of 1989 when my husband Doug was considering a job offer in Greenville, South Carolina. It was our second and final house hunting trip to the area. We were driving around in a rental car with a few hours to kill, still uncertain whether we were moving there or not. Suddenly, Doug pulls to the side of the road, stops the car, and reaches in the back seat for a legal pad. He wanted to make a list of pros and cons for moving to Greenville. So he started listing all the reasons to make this move. His list was endless. When he finished, he started at the top of the next column and fell silent. So I stated the obvious. There wasn't a Catholic high school. Looking back now, I'm not sure there was any other reason on that list of why we couldn't move there, but this was a deal breaker. I just couldn't get past it. Doug and I are both products of 16 years of Catholic education. I knew the gift that my parents had given to me, and I desperately wanted this for our children. We talked a while longer in that rental car, and then Doug made a simple proposal, but it changed the course of everything. He said to me, well, if you feel this strongly about a Catholic high school, I bet there are other people in Greenville that feel that way. Why don't you try to find them, and why don't you try to get one started? I wasn't even thinking like that. But all of a sudden, a real peace settled over me. I didn't know if I could start a Catholic high school, but I knew I could do what he suggested. I could find like-minded people, I could mobilize them, and I could give this my best shot. So I told my husband that day, sitting in that rental car, that we could move to Greenville, and this journey began. What I didn't tell my husband that day was this. Our oldest daughter was going into the 3rd grade that fall, so I had some time. But if I didn't see that Catholic high school on the horizon by the time she was in 8th grade, we would be moving. Luckily, it all worked out. Thank you.